Sustainable management of tropical rainforests. The case study we are looking at is in Ecuador. Half of the world's plants and animals are found in tropical rainforests. Biodiversity is the number of different species of plants and animals in an area. Therefore, rainforests are a very biodiverse place. Tropical rainforests are important for a number of different reasons. A quarter of the ingredients that we use for medicines come from rainforests, and there may be more medicines that we haven't even yet discovered. They also help regulate the carbon dioxide emissions, as they remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through photosynthesis and release oxygen. Within the rainforest, there are lots of important resources that we use. These include timber, copper, and oil, as well as many more. Sustainable management is about finding a solution that means that tropical rainforests are around for future generations, but also meet the needs of people today. This means that we can carry on living our lives how we want to, but without having a negative impact on the future through climate change or exploiting resources. The problem is that there are tensions between conserving the rainforest and the countries where the rainforests are found, as they're trying to develop. Most tropical rainforests are in LIDCs, who want to exploit the rainforest to allow the country to earn more and improve its healthcare, education, and quality of life for its people. Sustainable management is about helping both sides, looking at how the rainforest can be used to help the countries develop, without it damaging the rainforest or having a negative impact on the future. Sumac Alpa is a conservation project run by an NGO. It is located in the Limoncocha National Park. Their aim is to rescue and rehabilitate 7 different species of monkey so that they can then be returned to the wild. It's a Ramsar site, which means that it's also designed to maintain and protect important wetland ecosystems. There are many advantages and disadvantages of this management option. Advantages include that it attracts around 10,000 tourists a year to the area, which brings in money, allowing for the development of the project. It ensures that the species will be around for future generations as hunting and poaching is banned. Jobs are created for local people through tours that are given to tourists. And development of the local area is limited to conserve the rainforest, so that anything is built is done in a sustainable way. However, there are also some disadvantages. It's a small-scale tourism that occurs in the area, limiting the income being received in comparison to bigger projects. It can only be small-scale due to the high costs to maintain the areas. Ecotourism is small-scale tourism that aims to teach people about the rainforest, how to conserve it, and provide them with an experience of the natural environment. Yamaha Lodge in the Ecuador cloud forest is an example of ecotourism. They have 14 cabins and can have a maximum of 30 guests. They are sustainable because of how the lodge was built. The energy they use comes from the solar energy, and they collect rainwater to use when flushing toilets, as the water doesn't need to be clean. Tourists stay on the trails and in certain areas in order to leave the rest of the rainforest untouched. Advantages of this management are that it helps conserve the rainforest by limiting the areas being used. It also provides jobs for local people, with over 4,000 people employed in the area around Yamaha Lodge through tourism. This provides money into the local economy and helps fund projects such as schools. It also educates the tourists on the rainforest, how it can be protected, and the traditions and customs of the local people. There are also disadvantages of ecotourism. Although ecotourism does earn money for the local area, it is small-scale tourism, so it doesn't make as much money as tourism on a larger scale does. Also, the development has to be managed very carefully to ensure that it's not having a negative impact on the rainforest. The price of oil that is extracted in Ecuador is falling. This means the government needs to find other ways for its people to earn money. One way of doing this is tourism. This means there is pressure on the tourist industry to expand, becoming less sustainable in the process. International agreements have been laid out between ACs and EDCs or LIDCs. As part of these, the AC agrees to write off the debt of the EDC or LIDC as long as they agree to conserve the rainforest and manage it sustainably. The advantages are that it helps countries escape debt, allowing them to invest in their own development, as well as conserving the rainforest. This helps fight climate change, as the rainforest is a carbon sink due to the carbon dioxide being removed from the atmosphere by the trees. However, it limits the government on the resources they can extract from the ground. This means that they can't extract oil and gold, vital resources for trade, the sale of which helps reduce poverty in the ADCs and LIDCs. Agriculture is farming. This is carried out in the rainforest. They often cut down areas of the forest through a method called slash and burn, when large areas of the rainforest are deforested and the trees are then burnt. Crops are planted there until the soil runs out of nutrients. Once the nutrients are gone from the soil and crops won't grow anymore, arable farming, animals, are used on the land instead. The advantages are that the same area of land can be used for a much longer period of time than if it was just crop farming. Farmers are also given a low interest loan, which means they can afford to pay it back and support their families at the same time. Farmers can also earn a good amount of money, as they can plant good cash crops where they can sell them for a good price. There are also disadvantages of farming in the Amazon rainforest. Traditional farming methods are lost, some of which are sustainable but smaller scale. People also have to be trained in how to grow the cash crops successfully. This costs money, reducing profits or preventing some farmers from growing them as they can't afford the training. As the nutrients level in the soil reduces and animals are then moved onto the land, they churn up the soil, causing even more nutrients to be lost through rainwater washing them away. This can prevent anything from growing on the land in the future and stop the rainforest from regrowing there.